Hey, welcome to day 198. I'm here at a wonderful place, as you can see, and I just want to take a moment to do our normal Bible study, but today is a very, very important day. We have our list of things that we use, and I want you to start another list. This list is going to be a chronological order of events of the end times. In Isaiah 24, 25, 26, 27, and 29, whatever we are on today, I want you to understand that we are getting into some things that are talking about the end times, which we really need to be looking at today. So start this list and reference it, because when we get to Revelation, we're going to be referencing these things, especially when we get into Daniel, which is a big end times book. All right, so we are in Isaiah 24. I'm just going to read a few things in Isaiah 24, and we're going to go on. Look, the Lord is about to destroy the earth and make it a vast wasteland. So all of this that you see behind me, it's going to be gone. Everything is going to be gone. What I'm standing on is going to be gone. He devastates the surface of the earth and scatters the people. Priests and lay people, servants and masters, maids and mistresses, buyers and sellers, lenders and borrowers, bankers and debtors, none will be spared. Nobody will be spared. The earth will be completely emptied and looted. That should make us worry, except we're set apart. We're redeemed. We will not be here for that. Therefore, in verse 6, therefore, a curse consumes the earth. Its people must pay the price for their sin. They're destroyed by fire. That's the part I wanted to point out. And only a few are left alive. They're destroyed by fire. The earth is going to be looted, empty, and it's going to be destroyed by fire. A lot of people say the nuclear weapons of the earth are going to explode. There's going to be a massive war. We don't know that really, but if you read Revelations, you're going to understand that God's going to have to stop what's happening in the world. Otherwise, we'll destroy ourselves. At some point in time, the earth is going to be renewed, refreshed. This could be that time that we're talking about. So fire is going to destroy everything, which means all of this is going to be gone. All right. Verse 19, the earth has broken up. It is utterly collapsed. It is violently shaken. Lots of earthquakes. Verse 21, in that day the Lord will punish the gods in the heavens and the proud rulers of the nations on earth. They will be rounded up and put in prison. They will be shut up in prison and will finally be punished. Then the glory of the moon will wane and the brightness of the sun will fade. For the Lord of God, Lord of heaven's armies, will rule on Mount Zion. He will rule in great glory in Jerusalem in the sight of all the leaders of his people. So this is what's going to happen. Jesus is going to rule at some point in time in the end when he comes back again. So you can count on these things happening. All right. We get Isaiah 25 and verse 6. In Jerusalem, the Lord of heaven's armies will spread a wonderful feast for all the people of the world. It will be a delicious banquet with clear, well-aged wine and choice meat. There he will remove the cloud of gloom, the shadow of death that hangs over the earth. He will swallow up death forever. There will be no more death. So this is obviously talking about the end where we will live forever. The sovereign Lord will wipe away all tears. All the tears will be gone. No more sadness. So we're talking about at the very end of Revelation at this point. Okay, going on. Isaiah 26, verse 19. But those who die in the Lord will live. Their bodies will rise again. Those who sleep in the earth will rise up and sing for joy, for your life-giving light will fall like dew. Okay, so the resurrection, people who are dead already, they will be resurrected before the second coming of Christ. So the rapture is what this is talking about. The people who have died in the Lord will be raptured. They will be brought out of the grave. Their souls are in heaven now, to answer a few questions. Their bodies will be revived somehow. They will be reunited with those bodies and will live forever. No more death. So I'm alluding to something coming. You really do need to make a list of these things, and they will start to make sense as we progress through the New Testament. Verse 21, look, the Lord is coming from heaven to punish the people of the earth for their sins The earth will no longer hide those who have been killed. The earth will no longer hide those who have been killed. They will be brought out for all to see. Okay, chapter 27, verse 1. In that day the Lord will take his terrible swift sword and punish Leviathan. We've got like 4 or 5 verses of Leviathan in the Old Testament. He is going to kill and slay the Leviathan, the swiftly moving serpent, the coiling, writhing serpent. He will kill the dragon of the sea. So this serpent supposedly is still out there somewhere. The time is coming when Jacob's descendants will take root, Israel bud and blossom, and fill the whole earth with fruit. Okay, talk about Leviathan. This could be a metaphorical serpent where it's the Antichrist or Satan, and the sea is the sea of people. You're going to have to study and decide for yourself. Okay, and then we move on. We are in Isaiah 29, verse 5. But suddenly your ruthless enemies will be crushed like the finest of dust. Your many attackers will be driven away like chaff before the wind. Suddenly, in an instant, I, the Lord of heaven's armies, will act for you. With a thunder and earthquake and great noise, with whirlwind and storm and consuming fire, all the nations fighting against Jerusalem, all the nations fighting against Jerusalem will vanish like a dream. Vanish. This is when we're talking about the blood being as high as a horse's bridle, 180 miles long, when Christ returns and he lays waste at Armageddon for all these people. They will vanish like a dream. You need to put this down in a chronological order of events, what I'm going to be talking about. All right? And verse 14, because of this, I will once again astound these hypocrites with amazing wonders. The wisdom of the wise will pass away, and the intelligent of the intelligent will disappear. Doesn't matter how smart you are. God and Christ will take care of all of this. 18, in that day, the deaf will hear words read from a book. The blind will see through the gloom and darkness. The humble will be filled with fresh joy from the Lord. The poor will rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. The scoffer will be gone. The arrogant will disappear. And those who plot evil will be killed. Those who convict the innocent by their false testimony will disappear. Similar fate awaits those who use trickery to pervert justice, who tell lies to destroy the innocent. That is why the Lord who redeemed Abraham says to the people of Israel, listen to this. That is why the Lord who redeemed Abraham says to the people of Israel, my people will no longer be ashamed or turn pale with fear. For when they see their many children and all the blessings I have given them, they will recognize the holiness of the Holy One of Jacob. They will stand in awe of the God of Israel. Then the wayward will gain understanding and complainers will accept instruction. We need to read this intently about what is going to happen in the future. That is your day 198. Make sure you have this down on your list, because right now it might not seem like you understand where it needs to go. Put it on a separate list in a chronological order of events of what we just talked about, because we're going to come back to this much later on, and Daniel will touch on it. When we hit Revelation in December, we will touch on those things. That's day 198. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.